Welcome back. In this second video, we are going to demonstrate two important features of Robotframework. The first feature is creating user level keywords, and the second feature is tagging of test cases. We will use the keywords provided by the Robotframework's operating system library and create our own keywords, and then we will also tag the test cases and run the test cases based on the tags. So let us go ahead and start with our example. So first we will create a test case file. We will name it counting files directories. So we are going to count the number of files and directories in a given folder and then validate them against our user provided value. So first we will start with importing the operating system library. And then we will create a user level keyword. We will give the name as count files, and creating a user level keyword is somewhat like similar to creating a test case, only that this keyword will be used in the test case, and this keyword will be actually calling the operating system provided keywords. So we will need a variable to hold the number of files which are going to be returned by the keyword provided by the operating system. So here we are going to use count files in directory keyword which is provided by the operating system library. The first argument which it takes is the path of the folder. I'm giving the robot folder since I know there are one or maybe two files in that folder, which makes our job of validating the output easier. I'm going to log the output, and we have to use a setting called return to return this value back to the test case. So that the return setting is always given in a square brackets and with the string return and the value or the variable to return back. So our first user level keyword count files is ready. We will create a second keyword and give it a name count directories. Again, we will follow a similar pattern. The use of equal to sign here is optional, but it does make things clear while reading the test case that this is the variable that is being assigned a value returned by the keyword. So the second keyword is count directories in directory, and we will give the path to robot folder, and there are actually 5 directories in this folder. We'll log the output, and similarly I will return it back. With 2 user level keywords in place, we are all set for creating our test cases. So we will create a new test case to count files, and we will give it a tag named files, and here we again need a variable to catch the output, and we will call our count files keyword, and we will use another keyword provided by the Robotframework's built-in library to validate the output. We'll use should be equal. We will give output. Now the output that is going to be returned here is going to be an integer. So if we give say 2, this is a Unicode string. To give a integer value in Robotframework, you have to use the variable syntax and give the number 2 inside it. Similarly, we will create our second test case. Give it name test case to count directories, and we will follow similar syntax here as well. Equal to count dirs and should be equal output, and I believe there are 5 folders, so I'll give 5. In case there are less than or greater than 5, we will have a failed test case, which is alright with us, and we will give a tag of dir. So now while running the test case, the second test case has the tag of dir, the first test case has a tag of files. So we can now selectively, instead of running both the test cases, we can selectively run the test cases. So we will say run only the test cases with the tags files. Okay, so when we run this test case, we see that our test case passes, and we will try to inspect the output. So our user level keyword count file, when it is called from the test case, it actually executes the count file code and it returns us the number of files in the directory. So we see that the number of files which are returned by the count files keyword is 2, and then we are validating it against 2, and so our test case is passing. See, the type of both the values is int. Now if we were to change this value to say 2 and run the test case again, we see that it fails, since now the second value is not an int but a Unicode value. So let us change it back to int. Sorry. Right, it passes. Okay, so now we ran the first test case. Let us now selectively run. Now let us keep the test case with the tag of files. So it will not run the test case to count files, but only the test case to count directories. And test case to count directory passes as well, and we can see that there are 5 directories in the robot folder which are returned, and they are validated against our user provided value, and so the test case passes. The type of both the values is int. So the key takeaway here from this test case is selectively running the test case based on tags and creating a user level keywords using the keywords provided by the Robotframework libraries. More on Robotframework test case features in next videos. Thank you. Hi, and another important feature that I unknowingly skipped here is we have been writing the test cases in this spreadsheet like text area here, where each cell can contain a keyword or an argument, but there is another way that Robotframework provides us for writing test cases, and also the write text editor also provides us with a text edit pane where we can write the test case in a plain text. So here we can see there are 3 sections three distinct sections which are required for our test case. The settings section tells the robot framework the library that we are going to use in our test cases. So that is given by the library keyword and the accompanying and the name of the accompanying library that we are using in our test case. When we were not using the plain text format, we had given this setting right here in the IDE of the robot framework using the GUI. But if we are going to code it directly in a plain text file, this is how we are going to we are going to code it. The second part is the keywords. This section contains the user-defined keywords. So count files and count dir are the user-defined keywords. They must begin with the in the first column, and the rest of the code of that keyword is indented and is written in the subsequent rows. The third important part of the test case file or the test suite is the test cases themselves. So the first column and the first row gives the name of the test case, and the subsequent columns are the test case steps. Now here there is a setting called tags, which actually gives it the tag of files, and here the tag of dirs. Similarly, there is a setting here return, which actually returns the value. So this is yet another way of writing test cases with robot framework. Either of the way can be used. There are no advantages or disadvantages here. Only thing is the convenience of the user. Some users may find it easier to directly code it in a plain text file, and some may find it easier to code in Excel-like spreadsheet. More on test case features in the next video. Thank you.